All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Break. Match by four. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey. Wide motion. Get it.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And this one's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Check 31. Check 3. Shift.
Look. Squeeze. And 5.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Wiggles free.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And it's 3rd down.
Reset. 19. 54.
Okay, just like that.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
Back to throw here. Thomas has got it. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Smooth.
Mike's 54. Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
How does the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. He finds Corey Davis. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Here we go, here we go. 10 Lobo.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Look at me. Go up, go up. Be careful, be careful.
A first down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54. And let's get this, get this.
2nd and 9 now. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Henry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. He'll look to throw. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, couldn't evade all of them.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Able to spin free. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Texans 7, Titans nothing.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. It's Armstrong. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Switch. Shift. Wide, get wide.
Now a give, right side. It's Armstrong. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the left side. It's Knight, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Check 59. 154. 59.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd.
To throw is Watson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Armstrong. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And the Texans first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Armstrong. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Set. 19.
54 Mike. Ricky. Slam. Joker.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, deep.
59. Watch twist. 59.
I got you, baby. I got you.
And that'll set him back 5. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Hey, watch that. 54. Me and you all day.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, Your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Second and 15. He's going to rifle one deep left side. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Fielded at the 20.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
This is that. 19. 54, Mike. I got it. 25. Check 25. 24. Undercrunch. 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 36. 36. Shit. Watch the shit. 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 54. 55. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go, go, go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, You can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, it's Armstrong. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a give, right side, Armstrong. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Watson throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Seibert on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Texans 21, Titans nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. They'll run on 1st down. It's Armstrong. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Armstrong. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Armstrong. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
I got him.
From the gun, here's Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now a give, right side. Knight. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Knight, and he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 13. Check 13. Hey, lock it. Check 24. Go. Protein spill. Ready?
2nd and 1. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill. 25. Watch the edge. Check, check, check.
On first down, Armstrong. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, let's get in them holes. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check, check, check. 24. Check, check, check. Kill, 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 kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Down and go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Armstrong. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 27-yard line.
Come on. Down and go.
From the 27, Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Here's Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line.
First down, Houston.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trailed big here to begin quarter number 4. They come out here in the eye.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Hey, man, watch the boot. Watch the
On first down, Armstrong. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 41, Watson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
All day, baby, all day, all day.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back at the 22-yard line.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line. 54. It's our time. It's our time. Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Titans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be third and third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Right there.
On third down, it's Armstrong. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Got it.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And an alley to run. A big play that time for the Titans. 51 yards. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Hey, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Oh, the spin. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Ready, set. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Texans, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Titans, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.